Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thanks for tuning in here. We are live streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So if you are here from any one of those channels, please feel free to shout me down in the chat and say hello. I wanted to do a live, and it's been a while since I've done a live, but I think this time of the year is really important as so many organizations are building up to Giving Tuesday and giving season. And timing is something really crucial, right? Um, your supporters' journey, it's really important that they understand all the impact you've been doing year round, right? What you're working on currently and what your needs are right now. And I think right now in the social media space, I'm going to go over this in the presentation real quickly, but organic engagement and reach is down. So, how do we make sure that all of those hours that you spend creating beautiful content actually get seen and ideally seen in the right order? So, right now, we really want to be preparing our audience to be able to give, to join an event that you have going on to support you on Giving Tuesday. And I think Giving Tuesday sometimes can be this daunting maybe holiday, but I love it. I was talking about it yesterday on a webinar with Give Butter that it is such a beautiful day internationally that is spoken about in the media, in the press for nonprofits. It elevates the stature of all nonprofits if you choose to participate. So, what I wanted to share with you today is how to use Facebook ads 3 ways specifically to consistently grow and raise funds. And a lot of this is going to be around specific timing leading up to Giving Tuesday, but also you can run these all the time, all year round. So let's go ahead and dive in. So if you are here from LinkedIn, of course, you can just say hi in LinkedIn, but share your LinkedIn link. Drop me a note. Let me know. That's one of my favorite platforms to connect with people. And I like to keep the conversation social in the next 25 minutes. So I wanted to keep this a very mini workshop. I want to talk about why ads are powerful and 3 types of campaigns for nonprofits. And if you have any questions as I'm going through this, please feel free to drop me a note. And also, you'll notice this presentation is built in Canva. Canva just released a ton of fabulous new updates. So I would go log into your Canva account if you have one, and you will see all of their updates that they recently came up with. So first and foremost, the goal of this mini workshop is I really just want you to start brainstorming creative ways that ads can work for you. Plain and simple. Like to understand, oh, I didn't know maybe that this was possible, but now that I know, okay, how can this work within our organization and specifically the goals that we have? So if we have not met before, super quick intro. My name is Dana Snyder. I am the founder and CEO of Positive Equation. I'm a digital strategist. I'm a speaker. I'm a podcast host. I absolutely love my podcast, Missions to Movements, and getting to selfishly interview people and ask them a bunch of questions that helps me in learning, but I hope helps you learning as well. And my jam is working with nonprofits on transforming their online donor experiences. So this is a QR code. Check out the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you choose to listen. All right, so let's jump right in. I don't want to waste any time. This is the lunch hour for some of you, the morning hour. So, why are ads powerful? So, first and foremost, organic reach and engagement is down. So, what does this look like? Let's just the numbers, right? 1.4% is the average Instagram engagement rate for nonprofits. 1.4%. Facebook, Meta is even worse. Average organic 0.13%, and this is specific for nonprofits. So if we're spending all this time on organic content, but it's not being seen, how do we actually amplify the amazing work that you're doing? 2, this is how. You can guide a supporter down a journey. Okay. This is really important. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. You can reach audiences galore. So you can create custom audiences of, for example, like Hermione here when she was super young, and you are like someone just doesn't remember you. Maybe you had one, maybe they engaged with you one time on Instagram, but it's been forever and they just need to be like, oh yeah, pinged. Oh, I remember who they are. Maybe it's like the Top Gun guys and they're best friends. And you're like, oh yeah, they engage with me all the time. They're on my email list. So you're able to create that custom audience, upload that email list, and target them. Or if it's somebody who's super slammed like Phoebe, I'm so busy and they just don't have time, but you are able to slide in with an ad and reach them at the right time. So there are a plethora of audiences that you can customly create with ads that allows you to really create unique touch points. So I want to speak to this. This is a 3-part sample ad series that I have ran. So this first ad here is a video. This is a video taken from my podcast, a conversation with Cubby Graham. He is the head of digital for Charity Water. So let's just say this first ad was a video. So I'm sending this to a cold audience. Maybe they would enjoy this. I'm trying to reach out to fellow nonprofit professionals. And then after they watch that video, I will retarget them with ad number 2. So I know that they've had interest, they've watched this video. Now I can re-engage them with this quiz. So this is a lead generation. So I'm trying to generate an email address. So 4 questions to discover your marketing plan, take the quiz. And what this does is building off of the first one, which I'm sharing a podcast episode with them. This second ad this is a 4-question quiz to reveal 3 curated podcast episodes for them to grow their marketing plan. Okay, so they see my face in the first ad, they listen to the video, they see my face in the second one, similar lines to the podcast. And then the third ad, now I'm actually going to ask them to take an action and purchase something. So the third one is, and it's a low offer, $27. So then I can retarget anybody who has watched the video, who is engaged with my posts. And now I'm asking them would you like to learn how to increase your reach on social media? So video view campaign, a lead generation ad, and a conversion-based campaign. So again, that is what would be a consumer journey along the progress of getting to know me. So you can build this out for your organization too. So what this could look like for you is you could also do a video view campaign. So introducing them, sharing maybe what your organization's been up to, the impact you've been working on. Number 2, you could do a lead gen campaign. Maybe there's a lead magnet, a freebie, something that you're going to exchange of value to generate that email, or it could be an engagement campaign. And then lastly is number 3, and that is conversions. So your conversion could be donations, it could be event signups, it could be a petition, whatever you happen to want the action to be for that third ad. But again, you're following like they're going to do this first, then this second, then this third. And that doesn't happen with organic. You're kind of like hoping and wishing that people will see things. Number 3, low cost to grow and be seen. This is huge. So going back to, and I will take away my face on this so that you can see it. So my cost for a video view, for a through play, was 3 cents. My cost for an email lead was $5.60. And I got 3 times return on ad spend for my conversion ad campaign. It is pretty impossible, I would say. Like, think about even the cost of a stamp. I don't even know what a stamp is right now. 55 cents, maybe it's more than that. You can't get any of these things, right? The through play for a video to reach that amount of people and then retarget them. I always say you will not, for $5.60 a lead, I highly doubt there will be a donor that comes in and just gives you $5.60 of a donation, right? It's always going to be more than that. So the cost here that comes into play is amazing, right? The benefits for the cost that you are spending. So what I really want you to think about here is, in terms of finances, is create a marketing budget line item specifically for ads. The goal of it can change. Are you looking to grow? That can maybe be an always on and raising brand awareness and visibility. Or do you have specific goals, like you have an event per quarter, let's say. So every quarter you're going to run some ads to sell tickets to these events or for people to show up. Or maybe you have a webinar. So you can run numerous ads at the same time if you wanted to, for a bunch of different things. And lastly, and this is my favorite, why ads are so powerful, is your business is growing while you're not working. So an example of this, in 2020, I got married and I had ads running while I was off getting married in South Carolina. And I could see in my emails, although I wasn't checking them often at the time, there were sales coming in while I was getting married. So the ads are running and doing the work in keeping your business going when you can be off doing other things. And that is so profound when you have a small team, or any size team for that matter. So, I want to jump right into the three types of nonprofit campaigns that I wanted to share with you that I think are really important for nonprofits to consider right now, going into giving season, and frankly, all year round. And those are reach, and that is to gain more visibility, more brand awareness, to be top of mind. And why a reach campaign is important is because you want to be top of mind consistently so that when you is ready for you to ask, they're ready to give. Lead generation is mostly new email subscribers. So to continue growing a passionate full list of people coming into your organization. And lastly, of course, is our conversion, our donations ad, the event signups, petitions. Maybe you want people to purchase some swag. So these are the three top ads, and I want to show you some examples. So first one, a reach campaign. Now, oftentimes you can use existing posts that perform really well and amplify them here. So instead of boosting, you would go into Ads Manager in the back and select this existing post to be used as your reach campaign ad. And you can do multiple ones at a time. So I listed here, this is one from Dress for Success. I have a reel that's performed really well. So if you're looking at things and it's performed well, then instead of boosting again, you can just streamline it to be to a specific audience with a specific goal, which would be reach in this case, and share it. And this really, I would think about this in terms of anything you've been featured in, whether it's a podcast or an article, I would share that. If there's a video of an impact from your founder sharing an update to your organization, it really adds to your overall credibility. And this reach campaign can be very low cost. I teach it as a dollar to $3 a day. And I'm going to share that at the end. Two is lead gen campaign. So again, this is your value in exchange in return for an email address to grow your list. So I loved this one and I pulled it from my friend Caroline, Antarctic and Southern Ocean Coalition. They're at $1 a lead, I think she said right now, which is incredible. So will you do your part to save the Antarctic by joining our email list? So when you click learn more, it immediately brings you to their website to sign up for their email list. The adventure project here, they have a quiz. So in their case, they say when you take our 5-question quiz, an anonymous donor will give in your honor to help a woman in need. That's an amazing call to action. I love what they do on there. When you click on this ad, it brings you to a quiz. It's 5 questions. And then a donation is made after you give your email. Super smart. And then lastly, World Wildlife Fund. So in this case, their copy is designating this specifically to educators. So educators, bring conservation to life in your classroom with a virtual live stream from WWF experts. So you know who their target audience is here. They're explicitly saying it in their copy, and they're wanting you to sign up today to get more information. So these are all examples. They're all very different. This is where your creativity comes into play. All very different, all about lead gen. Lastly is your conversion campaign. So this is a hot topic. Lots of people love to go straight to this conversion campaign, but I really, really, really believe in focusing on those other ones as well to be building up your audience consistently and raising awareness. Conversion campaign, this is the action someone's taking. So again, I'm going to remove myself just to see the full ad here. Hope for Haiti has a save the date. This was for their 3rd annual Hike for Haiti challenge. It was a video. Again, they're wanting people to sign up for a challenge. This ad we're currently running for Family Promise. So they're asking people to join their monthly donor program. There's nothing quite like coming home after a long day's work and snuggling into bed. So they're saying become a member of the Promise. So they're looking for people to be able to join their monthly giving program. And then I'll go ahead and pop back on the last one. So I just wanted to share this came into my Facebook feed today because I'm doing a whole bunch of work in the fertility space in my personal life. And so I'm getting a whole bunch of prenatal vitamins and everything. So I'm being targeted for that based upon my interest and what I'm spending time in. But this is for a shop now. So we see this whether it's nonprofit or for profit all the time, right? I do see this question came in from Frankie Garcia. Curious, do you know how the Adventure Project's quiz donation lead gen performed? Yes, I do, Frankie. And it's because I will actually share with you a podcast episode. It performed amazingly. They had leads coming in at $1. And Tessie Kilpsch came on. She's the creative strategist. And let me pull it up and I will share it with you. This is the episode, so you can check it all out. Okay. Let me know if that went on to LinkedIn. If not, I will do it after the fact. Great question. It performed amazing. It performed great. All right. So now I want to go through a few quick FAQs. If you have other questions besides these, again, please feel free to drop them into the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. If I don't get to them while we are live, then I will answer them afterwards. So if you're watching this on a replay, just tag me in your comment and I will drop back in and respond. One of the most popular questions I often get is how long should I run my ads for? So it used to be that Facebook was based on a time frame of like people would say 4 days you need to like test your ads. And now it's less about days and it's more about the amount of impressions. So the amount of people that allows Facebook to learn. What I have been taught and what I have seen is roughly 3,000 impressions gives Facebook a decent gauge on Facebook and Instagram, gives them a decent gauge for the ad to be tested. So you want to look at what's the average cost per impression, which is 1,000 people. So if you have 3,000 impressions, you're reaching 3,000 people. And I want to say it's currently like maybe $8, $10. So you're thinking $30 max needs to be, or minimum needs to be spent in order to get some testing done. So you really want to be looking at that impression number. Number two, how do I know what copy or content will work best? This is a testing game, right? Ads are all about testing. What you want to do is when you launch an ad, you want to have two to three to four different types of either video or a graphic and test them and see which performs the best. What I will say is the more raw works great. Having a picture or having an image of somebody's face works great. Being very clear in your messaging with certain keywords is very helpful for the algorithm to be able to find the right people for you. What's been happening is use a more broad audience, but be very like specific in your copy has worked really well. And reel ads, doing reels and then using them as ads have also worked and been really popular. This is a big one, especially in the nonprofit space. I am a nonprofit and my ads keep getting rejected. Why? So I have personally experienced this with clients. And this is due to there's something called a special ad category that you might get bumped into. It might be accidental or not. And what's happening is Facebook is pinging you because they think that you're running an ad that might have to do with something around elections. So if your topic, and it can be something like housing, right? I have an organization specifically that's running ads around housing. We kept getting rejected. And so what I did is I removed any language around housing and then the ad was able to be approved. So you have to be a little creative on what might ping the system. So if you literally Google search special ads category, you'll see a list of what they might consider to be dinged, and then just be very cautious on what you are writing and putting into your ad graphics as far as copy. Lastly, I have a small or non-existent budget for this. Will it work? I am telling you, as somebody who is a solo entrepreneur, I do not spend a ton of money on ads and I spend a little bit, and the little bit does a lot. If you want to increase visibility, you're spending all that time on your content, and if you want it to be seen by the right people at the right time to take the desired action, yes, yes, you just have to test, figure out what image, what messaging is working best, and then you're going to be off and running. But it does take testing. So just put a little bit away. And again, you can start at visible reach in a week, which I teach is $1 to $5 a day. So if you're starting with $1, that could be $30 to $31 a month to play with. So this is what I want to talk to you about and share. I have 2 DIY courses. They're both pretty new. One is super new that I'll share in a second. Came out this week. The Grow Your Reach and Visibility is Visible Reach in a Week. This is a 30-minute training. This is where you can take, Frankie, to your point, you can take organic posts and then use them within this paid ad strategy. It's what I show you here. This is the $1 to $3 a day ad budget. You can get started right now. Access never expires. It includes a metric spreadsheet to track your success. And what's amazing is it's $27. So I will drop this. You can get started right away. It will take you 30 minutes to go through. And then you'll be off and running with your ads. These work instantly to generate reach and visibility. And what I've heard people say is, I just had somebody message me saying that they saw my ad. I just had somebody say, wow, I hadn't seen it from you in a while, like would love to reconnect, right? It's to be seen everywhere. It's to be talked about. It's to generate the conversations. So this is the first one. And then the second one is another DIY course, and this is to specifically grow your supporter email list. So if you want to be gaining, if you're not seeing any real growth in your emails and you feel like you're just like messaging the same people over and over again, this will help you gain emails. This is under 60-minute training, so under an hour, step-by-step videos. I am in Ads Manager. I am showing you how to set up 2 different types of lead gen campaigns, one using Facebook's form and one directing people to your website to fill out a form. There is guidance on this one on budget, on the content to use, and on different types of creative lead magnets that might work for your organization. Same thing, access never expires. So this course, normally $147. I'm doing 20% off if you use the code LinkedIn, which brings it down to $117.60. So I will share this one as well. Make sure to use the code LinkedIn for this one. And I just dropped it into the chat. Frankie, another question. Do you post several organic reels and find the top performing ones and move them into your engagement ad top of funnel? So sometimes sometimes I do reels specifically for ads. I actually just recorded one the other day that's like, hi, you're watching an ad. And I'm going through the process of you can do this too and guide people through this journey. I don't normally do engagement ads because that's not really helping move the funnel anywhere. I'm not looking for more likes or comments. I want people to take an action. So if anything, I would take an organic reel and use it to drive a webinar sign up, or a lead, or generate an email. I don't really run a lot of engagement ads because I don't feel like that's an objective that is going to move the needle for anything, if that makes sense. Hope that answered your question. But yeah, at the beginning, I usually start with a video view. I try and get people to like watch a video because then there's building know, like, trust with videos. You're hearing somebody, you're spending time watching them, and then moving into an email or a webinar or something to exchange information, and then moving to something that might have a purchase value associated with it. Great question. All right, we are at 22 minutes and 40 something seconds. So I'm like right at the end here. I want to thank you all. I think that was the end. Oh, lastly, I forgot. If ads for you, if you don't feel like it's the right timing or not interested at this moment, I do really want to inspire you to listen to the Missions Movements podcast. There are incredible guests sharing their stories. I jump on and share solo teachable episodes. That can be like 10 minutes or less, on everything from I talk about how I launched my podcast and that strategy, thought leadership. We have SEO experts. We have people talking about their monthly giving programs. So that all to say, I would love to have you listen to the show, leave a review, let me know what you think. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know if you have any additional questions. And I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend and it's feeling a little bit more like fall wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. See ya.